Hey everyone, welcome to the top of the world podcast with
The
Justin
one.
Belanger and
This is the
Joshua
only one.
Hadley.
The only one.
Yeah, Justin Belanger, the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour, no one spent the men's regret. Darling, you still don't know what's coming yet.
Yes, that is me. Hi, how you doing? How's it going?
You know, I heard you're in running for sexiest man of the year by Mother Jones
Mother Jones.
magazine.
Mother
Yeah,
Jones magazine. Is that an actual magazine?
well, it's a political commentary magazine, but I think we can give them to start doing sexiest man of the year award.
Yeah. For me, apparently. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take my political sexiest man of the year award.
Yeah.
I'm in the running.
I
I
mean,
didn't win yet. I'm in the running.
yeah, he's in the. I mean, it's award season right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Who am I in the running against?
Let's see. There's Charlie Haas. There's Vladimir Putin.
Oh, very tough competition there.
Yep. It's E3 guys.
Oh, man, I think Charlie Haas might have this one.
It was Charlie.
I mean, I'm the only one who really has hair of the three, so there is that. I got that going for me.
Well, it's gonna depend on what the voters, the Academy, who they like. Like, do they like hair? Then I think you're a shoo-in.
If they like hair, then I got it. If they don't like hair, I'm not feeling too good about my chances.
I feel great about your chances.
Hopefully they like hair. So yeah, we're here doing the podcast again. Another week, another podcast.
And now we're on Spotify.
Oh, you guys on Spotify finally?
Yeah, everyone's gonna be listening to us. We're gonna get more than the 6 listeners now.
Hello, Spotify people. Hi, how you doing over there on Spotify?
Yeah, how's it going, Spotify? We're gonna be right next to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's your favorite, isn't he, Mr. Rogan? Huh.
Yeah, I mean, don't you live next door to him?
Does he live in Texas? He does seem like the kind of person who would live in Texas, I guess.
Yeah, he moved from Cali to Texas, I think, 2 years ago.
That's the opposite of what I want to do.
Well, you can hang out with Joe and you can talk about Spotify. I figure he's gonna have you on just to advertise you being on the platform now.
Yeah, well, let's get something straight. Okay, if I was on his podcast, it would be to bring up his numbers, not ours.
Oh, absolutely.
We're the stars here. Okay, Joe Rogan, he gets some listens. He ain't that big though.
True.
Guy could barely pull numbers getting Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders subscribed to me on Twitch. Didn't subscribe to Joe Rogan on Twitch.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. So we did it. We watched pro wrestling on Saturday.
We did.
A
Sunday.
First match. Or fuck, why are they doing pay-per-views on Sunday? That's stupid.
I don't know. I just know that this one was on the Sunday.
Like, some people gotta go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, but like, those people can shut up.
Yeah.
Take that, Christianity.
Exactly. So it was All Elite Wrestling's Revolution pay-per-view.
Yes, Revolution 2022.
I hope it'd be 2022.
That is the
Just
current
imagine
year.
if one of us watched the 2021.
Yeah, maybe we did.
Maybe. Shoot.
Anyway, Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley was the main event.
Yeah, and I think Kenny got thrown into a trampoline of barbed wire, right?
Yeah. Then there was a little sparkler show at the end. It was a good time.
Oh wait, it was. I think I got the shows mixed up. Was it the barbed wire match?
Yeah, the exploding barbed wire death match.
Oh yeah, I think the trampoline was the pay-per-view before the build or to like make a reason for the barbed wire match to happen.
Yeah, mayhaps have been. But yeah, the Revolution, this year's Revolution. Watched it. I watched it myself with TJ, Chili, Abdul, Brandon. But Brandon had to go to sleep because he was tired, so he had to go to sleep for the last couple matches. But I watched it with them.
I watched it with Kitty.
Yes, you and your good old pal Chris Foster, who was just messaging me today saying he wants to get a PS5, but they cost like $900 still.
Why doesn't if he's worried about the price, he could get a Soulja Boy console.
That is true. You know, Elden Ring's probably coming out of that at some point.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You know, one of them, they got an SD card slot, so you could probably get
Yeah.
like a Game Boy Advance version of Elden Ring.
There you go. So, Revolution.
Did you watch the buy-in?
Yes.
I totally missed Leela Hurst versus Chris Statlander. I was setting up the social media place. I forget what to call it, but yeah, I was doing the tweeting and I was retweeting. And I was talking to people.
I did see that. I did see.
And all I saw was Layla won the match.
Yeah, that match was alright. Hook and QT Marshall was what you would expect Hook and QT Marshall to be. You know, QT got his ass beat. And
Send in Hook.
Yes, Hook. Good old Hook.
I really like Hook.
Hook is great. And then the last match on the pre-show, the buy-in, I thought was great. House of Black versus Pac Penta Oscuro, whatever his name is now, and Eric Redbeard in a 6-man tag.
You know, I wasn't really, I thought it was okay. There was stuff I liked, stuff I didn't like. Eric Rowan was randomly there, just like the time we watched WrestleMania together.
Oh, Redbeard. I feel like there's going to be a lot of differing opinions for you and I on this show.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
yeah. People have opinions.
For whatever reason, you don't like Shenmue 3, even though it's the greatest game ever.
Don't talk about that right now. I had to do 4.5 hours, and we're still not done. Brandon was supposed to go get a haircut. He was sitting there watching me play Shenmue 3 instead.
That sounds like a great time for him. Yeah, I just remember like I was iffy on that match. Buddy, I guess was this first time Buddy Matthews wrestled in AEW?
First time on pay-per-view. I think he might have had a match or two already on the weekly shows. Maybe, I'm not sure.
You know, I don't have a problem with like getting someone like Eric Redbeard. Like it's fun to bring in weird people like Eric Rowan into a promotion, but I don't really see him going anywhere.
I don't know if he's like sticking around. It might have just been like a one-off thing. Yeah. But I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a very fun match. And then we got into.
Anyway, really quick, what's up with Alex? Is he like a vampire now? Or no, he was in like a druid suit, like
he was wearing
for
fucking
the Undertaker. Or
they
something.
kept Chili and them kept asking why he was dressed like NWO Sting. That guy. I don't know. He's just always doing something wacky.
And Jim Ross came out.
Yes, and to start the actual show, the main show, and their first match, Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho in a match that, in my opinion, was way better than it had any right to be.
I absolutely agree. I was very pleasantly surprised. You know, last time I saw Chris Jericho, he was fat.
Oh yeah, he got in much better shape recently.
Yeah. He was in much better shape, and he was wrestling well. Like I remember the last time I saw him do a lion salt, it looked so terrible, and he landed on his head. He did a really good job here. I really enjoyed this.
It was I've been enjoying the feud, what I've seen of it, but it was one of those things where I thought the feud was going to be fun, but the match probably wasn't going to be all that great. But then they ended up having a really good match, and the fucking start, like just immediately. Jericho just eating shit. Like, it got
That's
started
really
so
fun.
quick. It's great. It was a great match.
I really enjoyed it, and I really like that Eddie won. I think he needed to win.
Yes, I'm
And
glad he won. Also, the fucking him pulling out a submission to win. That was unexpected.
yeah, and I think Jericho turning heel was the right thing to do here.
Yeah.
Like, the way this whole thing's like the way this feud's going, he ought to be the heel. Otherwise,
I think he fully turned on Dynamite this week. Like he had the full 100% he is a heel now moment. He aligned himself with Daniel Garcia and all them.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say he finally fully aligned himself with Donald Trump.
Well, that's another way of turning heel. Yeah. So that great match. Eddie Kingston won with by debuting a new submission on Jericho, and then we had the 3-way for the tag team titles. Jurassic Express defending against Red Dragon and the Young Bucks.
I didn't enjoy this.
I did. This doesn't seem like the kind of match you would enjoy, though.
It's some stuff happened. I wasn't into the story at all, and I think this happened. This happened at least twice this night, but maybe 3 times. Someone got hit with a belt, and you kind of figure, all right, that's the finish, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, Jungle Boy got hit with the belt, but he actually kicked out.
And I got tired of how many saves there were to the pin happening. It's just, to me, that was just the same thing happening over and over again. I got really tired and bored of that.
The match did not bore me at all. I was very into it. The one thing I want to say right ahead of the thing here. I enjoyed pretty much every match on the show. There were a couple matches I thought were just sort of decent, but even then I enjoyed them. But most of the matches I thought were very, very good, and that was a sentiment shared with Chili, TJ, Abdul, and Brandon. Yes.
Well, that sentiment over in Alaska was, let's move on. That was our thing. I expected the Young Bucks to win here, but it was nice to see the Jurassic Express retain.
In our prediction league that we're doing with all them guys I just mentioned and others, I actually predicted Jurassic Express to win, and I'm happy they did. This is like a huge match for them to get a win in to defend the titles. Next up was the Face of the Revolution ladder match, which saw Christian Cage, Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Wardlow.
I started the opposite end. Can you hear that phone ring?
I can hear that phone ringing, yes. Hello, phone.
Well, fuck those guys. I'm not going to answer them. Goddamn, I see what I do it for this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we'll just keep this in. I turned my cell phone off, but there's no way for me to silence the landline as far as I know.
You could yell at it and hurt its feelings and hope that makes it stop.
Hey guys, shut up. There's one maybe hour and a half of the day. I don't want to be disturbed, and you gotta call me during that. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, whoever it is on that fucking call, you son of a bitch.
I don't know. I don't know if I got my earphones on. I don't know if they said the number. We could edit that
out. Yeah. Future Justin, he knows. So yes, that was the Face of the Revolution ladder match where they had the Sonic ring.
So why'd they do the Sonic ring again? It's just it's a weird I guess it's just to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, it's like a brass ring, I guess.
Yeah,
breaking the glass ceiling, brass ring, all that such, because then they get a shot at the TNT title. So this match had some hostage going on. There's some big boys. We fucking Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs. We had Ricky Starks doing spears through the fucking ladder. In between.
So what I did during this match is I was watching it, and Orange Cassidy started doing his comedy, which I got
Yeah, you don't like
bored
that.
of a long time ago. Yeah, I don't like Orange Cassidy. He started doing that thing, and I thought this is a great time to do the dishes and the laundry. Like, I really gotta thank AEW for that. I think I watched 2-3 minutes of this match, and I decided to do all that, and I came back in after the match was over.
I enjoyed it a lot, as did the other people in the call, as mentioned. This one, apparently, there were some people, like apparently people on Reddit didn't like it too much. Not because of Orange Cassidy, but they thought it was too sloppy. I don't know. There was a couple moments here and there that were sloppy, but I don't know. I didn't think it was too sloppy. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun, and I am excited that Wardlow won, and all that situation because I'm a fan of Wardlow, and
I was I see, and I'm in some other prediction league, and I figured Keith Lee was gonna win.
I predicted Keith Lee as well. I was expecting Keith Lee to win. But, I'm okay with it, because Wardlow is great. And I'm hoping this is the start of him getting a nice big push. He's a big boy. He's good. He's good. I like him. After that was one of the matches that I considered alright. Not bad, but just kind of alright. Jade Cargill defending against Tay Conti.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's but Jade, she looks great. She came out to, she looks hot, and the cosplay.
She had the Melina, or which character
good.
Was it? Melina?
Jade. She was Jade from Mortal Kombat.
Jade, yeah. To be fair, I didn't expect the match to be good. I like Tay. Not really big on Jade. I didn't expect it to be a great match. It was better than I thought it would be.
Well, Jade could be good being in there a couple minutes. She practiced her matches I don't know if she did it for this match. I know for Shaq and her wrestling, they went move by what they're gonna do, and 7 minutes. I think she did a good job. Not everything looked fantastic.
Yeah.
The flow was weird because it was done that way, but 7 minutes was, a good amount of time, and it didn't go too long. Where
I thought it was
really
good for what it was.
Jade,
yeah.
I don't understand why the TBS title has to be a thing. I don't really, why do we need a secondary women's title when the division, in my opinion, isn't that deep? And it's Jade Cargill, who looks fantastic, but it's not like as far as I know, she's not a big star that's drawing in viewers, and it's not like she's a great wrestler, so I don't know why she's TBS champion.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of her getting the title. Although this match did start off with everybody being sent to horny jail, so there is that.
True.
And then Jade fucking made reference to that again on Wednesday, saying, asking who was gonna get the kiss of death next, and we got, who the fuck was it? There was somebody, Jordan Grace maybe, who was on Twitter just like, me, do me next. So we're getting a whole bunch of horny women now.
All right, so really quick, I'm gonna go on a rant. If you're gonna call someone and be in the call, if they're not there, they don't answer, and you're going to the voice recorder, just hang up the phone before it does the beep and says record the message. I can't imagine if you got nothing to say, why are you wasting my time? I have to check the answering machine.
I'm assuming they didn't really say
press
anything.
Play. Yeah, they didn't say anything. They didn't even have a message, so why leave me one? That's so annoying, and it happens all the time here. Anytime I leave the house and no one's here to answer the phone, I'll come back. There's some people do actually leave messages, and it's mostly people from the hospital or something. But if regular people are calling, they don't ever leave a message. It's they're in there until the beep comes, and that they decide that's when they need to hang up, and it drives me crazy.
God fucking damn it, Abdul.
Abdel, just if you're not gonna leave a message, don't wait for the beep. Don't wait for the beep. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's continue this review.
CM Punk versus MJF, and they had the fucking what the hell's the name of that song that Punk used from Ring of Honor, the AFI song?
I don't know the song. AFI song. So
Miseria or something.
There was a big controversy over this. So here's the way I see it. They did a nice little callback to when CM Punk was in Ring of Honor. This was his Ring of Honor song. Alright, so the entrance, I mean, I thought it was fine. I didn't look. I watched Ring of Honor, but I wasn't watching in the. Well, I did catch the tail end of the DVD days, but I wasn't watching Ring of Honor 2002 to 2004. I didn't understand the reference at all. I just thought this is a nice little entrance. I don't think the song's as good, but it's a neat little thing they did.
Mm-hmm.
So, some people were really upset with it, like that they did the entrance different, which is dumb. I'll be able to do different things and try out different things.
And people were upset that it wasn't like fucking Michael Cole on commentary shouting out the fucking reference.
Yeah, but also some people are really upset that people didn't understand that it's CM Punk's old song from the days when no one watched Ring of Honor.
Look, it's like it's the kind of thing that there's context. There's context clues there. You should be able to just kind of figure out, like, oh, okay, this feud had a bunch of callbacks to that. He's wearing the old fucking clothes. Like, it's not that hard to put together.
I didn't put it together, but I really don't care.
Yeah, there's also that. Like, it's not that big of a deal if you don't get it. Like, just you don't need to. Not everybody needs to understand that it's a callback. But anyway, this has been one of my favorite feuds in a long time. Overall, like the feud itself. This is another match that I was expecting this one to be good, like better than I was expecting Eddie versus Jericho to be, but it was still better than I expected it to be.
I expected it to be really good, and it was. I mean, the CM Punk's blade job, the way they worked the dog collar match.
Yeah,
it's a. It's up there to other dog collars matches I've seen, like up there with Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine, or El Generico and Colt Cabana versus Steve Corino and Kevin Steen.
Punk in the post-show media scrum or whatever it's called, he was actually talking about how he was hoping if Roddy Piper was still here, he would have been happy with it.
Yeah, and I think when they did Cody versus Brody Lee, did they bring in Greg Valentine to be in the audience for that?
Maybe, I don't remember.
I remember, I don't know if he was in the audience, but I remember they did, I don't think they had him talk about it, but I think they did, or they must have had him in the audience if he didn't say anything about it, but I remember they did bring him in there to, take a look.
So, we had... this was a long one too. This was about 26 minutes. I think this was actually the longest match in the show.
We talked about it. My friend Kitty thought it should have been the main event. I understand, the idea it should have been the main event. It's the match everyone was looking forward to the most. I really think you should protect your world title, by having it be the main event instead of, to me, the world title should be the main event because it's the most important thing in the world. It should always be the most important thing in the world. This was kind of weird being in the middle of the card, don't you think?
Yeah, I was expecting it to be on later than it was. I wasn't thinking it should be the main event, but I was expecting it to be later.
I was expecting it to be the second last match or something.
It was very violent, though. I enjoyed the tease of Punk about trying to attempt another Pepsi plunge after he pulled that one off for the first time in fucking so many goddamn years. And of course, we had a little more Wardlow situation involved in this, with him finally turning face, which I'm excited about where that's leading to. And yeah, it
I'll
was
say
a
this.
very yeah.
Really quick. I didn't like the thumbtacks, but they done the spot good. They done it. They done the thing I don't like good. I'll give them credit for that because when most like wrestlers like every other time I watch it, they're go to the thumbtacks and they're just dead. But
Mm-hmm.
when like MJF was thrown into it, he was like like wailing around, like
Yeah.
like imagine if we did it, we'd be like, oh, like we'll jump up. It's not a thing where you fall into it and you die like we've seen a million times. Like
Yeah.
if if for the last 20 years that's how it's been done, I would have thought, all right, we're doing this spot, for me, it'd be probably like tables as much as it happened in TNA with Abyss matches. Like, oh, gee, they're doing that again. But like, I like it. I like the way they did it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give them that. It's a spot I don't like, but I liked it the way they did it. And I'll say this: I don't understand why in a chain match, why MJF was asking for a ring. I mean, I didn't like that, but you know, still great match. I'll see where Wardlow and MJF goes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let this one thing that I see as a mistake hamper what they do in the future because MJF's fantastic.
Yes.
Wardlow
Yeah,
could
oh,
be
yes.
very good. I need to see more of him to really be able to judge.
Mm. Honestly, I would love to see MJF sometime down the road after Hangman gets a nice girthy reign. I'd like to see MJF be the one to take the title from
Sure, I'd be happy if we did it tomorrow.
him.
But
um,
I'll talk about Adam Page and what I think of as world champion later when we get to him.
so the next match was another match that was one of the few that I thought was kind of all right. Britt
Yeah,
Baker
I thought it
versus
was
Thunder Rosa. Yeah, wasn't bad, but it also like with how much I enjoyed most of the matches on this card, it wasn't really up there with them. But that was fine, you know.
It's really weird too. Good workers. The crowd was out of it for some of it because they just saw CM Punk versus MJF, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Which, our friend TJ, well, my former friend, I'll be friends with him again, but TJ, he made a good point where you do need buffer matches between a match is going to be a great main event or a great match in your main event match, which is supposed to be great. And he does that is a good idea to where you have matches that you have your crowd who's gonna be cooled down after something fantastic to where they're not they've reached the highest highs and they're coming down into the valley. It's too bad that in this spot Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, who are very good wrestlers, were put there. But I also think they didn't have the best match they could either.
Yeah. That was all right.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
No.
This was the other match that I remember where they did the belt shot and it didn't fit. That wasn't the finish at all.
Also, I don't know if we mentioned it, but CM Punk, he won the match against MJF. Britt Baker wins this, although the assumption is that Thunder Rosa is going to win the title in a couple weeks because they're doing a show, Dynamite, in her hometown. So, yeah.
Well, is it a title match? Are they doing Britt Baker versus Rosa?
Yeah, they had Thunder Rosa get a number one contenders match this past week against Layla Hirsch on Dynamite, and then the winner of that, which was Thunder, is now going to face Britt in Thunder's hometown. So I'm assuming they just wanted to wait until it was in front of Thunder's hometown crowd.
This is normally like in a vacuum. I won't agree with that, but I think it does work out to be it does work out to be better because I would hope that their Thunder Rosa would get more of a crowd reaction. They don't have to come after the CM Punk and MJF in a dog collar match. So,
Yeah.
hopefully they can have a better match and they can get a better crowd for that.
Yeah. Then we had Jon Moxley defeating Bryan Danielson.
This was, for me, this is the best Jon Moxley match I've seen so far, and this is the worst AEW Bryan Danielson match. Well, not the worst AEW Bryan Danielson match so far, but the worst AEW Bryan Danielson match with a main event guy, which, that's like saying, that's the. Well, I guess it's this. I guess you can have bad sex, but I was about to say that was the worst sex I ever had.
Like, it's still great. It's just not as great as other things that are also great. Yeah, I thought it was a great match. It definitely wasn't up there with like Bryan versus Kenny or Bryan versus Page. Yeah, he had the Page was the draw as well, and matches like that. And then of course, the post match, we got William Regal in AEW.
I really hope he's here to be an authority figure. The same way he was in NXT. Well, he hopefully booked better than he was in NXT.
Well, so he's, from what I'm seeing, he's going to be managing I don't know if it's just going to be a team, Moxley and Bryan, or if they're going to do the whole stable thing that like Daniel pitched a couple weeks back. But like Regal's like aligning himself with them, bringing them together. They did a promo about it on Dynamite, and Regal got all emotional talking to Tony Schiavone for the first time in like, what was it, like 29 years or whatever it was? Well, not the first time in 29 years, but like he said like 29 years ago was the first time he had like wrestled in America or whatever, and Tony was there for that in WCW. So he had like an emotional moment there, and set up this team of Moxley and Danielson. Which
man, now sad. I don't want to see a team between Moxley and Danielson.
Well, I'm just interested in seeing where it goes, because a few weeks back, Bryan was saying like him and Mox should team up to train some of the younger guys.
Yeah, I get what the storyline is. Let's do it for the people. So they probably know though, So the storyline is Bryan Danielson comes to Jon Moxley, or however it went. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We ought to be taking these AEW talents that have no experience, and we ought to be training them.
Yeah, he's talking about people like Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia. I don't remember all the other ones, but I know those two were among the list. And I would like to see that. I would like to see, because I feel like if they did that, that would be a thing where they can do, where it's sort of like Moxley and Bryan could still do their own singles things, but while being a part of this and helping elevate the younger guys. Sort of like Evolution, but, like that kind of idea.
I think it's probably closer to what Aces and Eights would be like. You remember, if you remember that storyline at all, it happened.
I wish I didn't.
Those final couple of years of Bully Ray and TNA, he did some really great promos, but oh man, Aces and Eights and he's dating Brooke Hogan, like come on, man. But I really think it would be it could be, what you're saying, what might happen could be great, but I'm just thinking, you have Moxley, who I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't think he's, I don't think he's a shitty wrestler, but, I'm not a fan of him, per se. For me, he's there. I'm more closer to don't like, and Bryan Danielson's one of my favorite wrestlers, but I really feel like, it could, this could be, end up like Aces and Eights, or maybe something like that we're seeing right now is what we had with Brody Lee in the Dark Order. He was a star, but I suppose it's being associated with him. I really can't say that. Maybe absolutely in the fans' eyes, I think they got they got a higher stature in their minds as wrestlers, but for me, it's still, there's 10 and the Super Smash Brothers. I'm sorry, I can't see him differently than what they were before.
Well, I'm looking forward to whatever this storyline is going to be leading to, and I'm glad that Regal is in AEW now, and hoping
he's great.
Things go well for him. Yeah, he is fantastic. I don't know why the fuck WWE would release him, especially in the position that they had him. It just makes no sense.
It does make sense in that they're trying to make. I think Vince is gonna sell WWE. They're trying to save as much money as they could. They're trying to make WWE as attractive to any potential buyer as they could right now. Unfortunately, that means like they did have to release all those wrestlers along with everyone who made NXT great.
Yeah. And now NXT is NXT 2.0. Where Dolph Ziggler is the world champion now, for whatever reason.
Oh, he's NXT champion?
Yeah, he just won the title. I like Ziggler, but the ship sailed on that guy like fucking 8 years ago.
Jeez, it's like...
Oh, Survivor Series, right? The fucking Survivor Series where he ended up being the last person left and like Sting came out like that. That was like a star-making performance, and then they did nothing with him after that. That was the point when the ship sailed on Ziggler.
Yeah, he should be a big star, but yeah, he got screwed over by creative. Absolutely.
Yeah. And now 8 years later, he's fucking NXT world champion of all things. Because I have a headache. The next match, this one, I don't know how you're gonna feel about it because I feel like this might not be a style of match you like. I was expecting this. Like it. Yeah, that's why I was not expecting much. I ended up being very pleasantly surprised. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting versus Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Kassidy. It was exactly what I was hoping it would be, which was just chaotic fun.
I guess Sting diving off that, doing a New Jack dive was kind of cool, but
yeah, I was not expecting that out of Sting. That dude jumped through like fucking 3 tables.
That was the one cool thing, but you know, it's, to me, it's the Matt Hardy group. They are the modern Paul Jones army.
Well, they're no longer the Matt Hardy group.
Are they broken up?
They kicked Matt Hardy out on Dynamite, and Jeff Hardy came out to make the save after dancing.
But I think all of them should be released. Like, so the story of this match is, you know, despite have all the interference, the AHFO, you know, they had Pepper Parks, the Butcher. Maybe the other person in Private Party came out and interfered. So
yeah, he was there.
So I think they had twice the people that the baby faces had, and they still couldn't win. I mean, what's more pathetic? What's more pathetic? I mean, why just Matt Hardy? I think all those people should be released. Like, they're made into such a pile of shit. Like not as wrestlers, but in the way we should see them. Like, they couldn't win in 6-on-3 odds. Like,
well, I think the idea is that like they're blaming it all on Matt Hardy because he was like kind of the leader. I don't know, but Jeff Hardy came out, so that's Jeff. And the thing, it's become a meme already. So Sting and Darby came out to make the save first, but then they were like overpowered because there was a bunch of people against them. So then Jeff Hardy makes a save, but Jeff Hardy being Jeff Hardy, you know, his brother's in the ring getting his fucking ass beat. You know what that guy does? He comes out and he fucking dances for a little bit. Then he gets to the ring. It was fucking hilarious. It was so stupid, but I'm so glad he did it because it was fucking hilarious. His brother is getting the shit kicked out of him, and he just fucking takes a moment to dance.
He will just kept dancing and laughed at that.
Oh god. Yeah, so Darby, Sammy, and Sting win. Sting again did a fucking huge dive through several tables. And then finally, world title time. Adam versus Adam, and the crowd had their fun with that, with like so many fucking "Let's go Adam, Adam sucks" and those kind of chants.
You know, these fans love these guys. I'm gonna say this. I used to love Adam Cole. His stock with me went way down since he's been in AEW. And, it's not just because he's been in AEW. I loved MJF and MLW before he was in AEW. I didn't hate him just because CM Punk, one of my favorite wrestlers. I don't like him. I don't dislike him because he's in AEW now. I think Adam Cole has got himself into a lot of nonsense. And, I know you're going to disagree. I'm going to finish. I'm going to take I'm going to probably take 2 or 3 minutes to talk here about this and explain my thoughts. Adam Cole, he lost to Orange Cassidy. I don't get why he's challenging for the world title. In the world of kayfabe, Orange Cassidy ought to be here instead. But for whatever reason, he has to fight for a chance to get the TNT title. It really should be the opposite. Adam Cole, he's really, like I said, his stock fell with me. I think he's become a clown. Adam Page, he doesn't feel like a world champion. Okay, so I imagine no one listening to the podcast is reading my thoughts on NAA Power or the National Wrestling Alliance. So, what I've always said about Nick Aldis, and whenever I praised him, to me, he's always felt like he's a world champion. And what I meant is he's carried himself like he's a top guy. When I watch Adam Page, he doesn't do that at all. Not that he can't, but he doesn't, like, he feels really lame to me. The booking hasn't been great. He's with the Dark Order, who to me is the Dark Order,
They're teasing very heavily that he's not going to be with the Dark Order, by the way. Just as a quick interjection. Continue.
That's what happened a long time ago. It's too late. To me, he's already the Red Rooster. They're a job guy comedy group, and for whatever reason, Adam Page had to hang out with them after he had his breakup with Kenny Omega. But like the world champion's hanging out with, I guess, the equivalently Kai and Tai. But to me, it's ridiculous. I can't take Adam Page seriously. If it wasn't for all of that, this match would have meant more to me. Alright, so let's talk about it. The match. It started off with a entrance. Alright, I'll say this. Jade Cargill, she did a great cosplay of Jade from Mortal Kombat. Adam Cole's cosplay was super lame, like something I would wear to a Comic-Con. He's supposed to be like challenging for a world title. I'm not saying that you can't come out with a cool costume or you can't do something different, but to me, like, you shouldn't come off as cheap, and it came off as something really cheap, really lame. I didn't like it at all, and the whole match started off on the wrong. Well, the build up sucked to me, and it started off on the wrong foot. Why don't you give me some thoughts?
I disagree with most of what you said. However, I will say I agree on the cosplay thing. I liked his in-ring attire for this. I didn't like the stuff they brought during the entrance. I thought it, like you said, it felt very cheap. It didn't look great. I agree with that. From what I've seen of the build-up, though, I've been enjoying it. There's been a lot of stuff with the Young Bucks, formerly being Paige's best friends, and now they're Cole's, and then the fucking Red Dragon, there's like some situation going on between the Red Dragon and the Young Bucks over Adam Cole. Paige has kind of been teasing potentially reuniting with the Young Bucks with the attire that he wore today today on the show. I've been interested in it, and obviously, like, I'm a fan of both Adam Page and Adam Cole. I don't think there's any issue with him being part of the Dark Order, or technically not being part of the Dark Order, but hanging out with them, being friends with them. I thought that the story leading to him winning the title was emotional, with them, with their friendship involved. And I feel like a lot of people think the same as well. I also don't think that they're a jobber comedy act. Like, they have comedy as part of their act, but they're legitimate wrestlers. And they've shown that they can be legitimate wrestlers many times. The match itself, I thought was good. Thought it was a really good match, which I was expecting because it's Adam Page and it's Adam Cole. I did really enjoy the crowd with all their fucking Adam situations during the match. And yeah, there's not really anything bad for me to say about it.
I didn't enjoy the match. I mean, I would have enjoyed the smack talk if I enjoyed the build up, but for me, it wasn't earned. I didn't like Adam Cole doing the Shawn Michaels thing. Oh, we're gonna go to the corner, do the thing. I don't like Shawn Michaels doing that. So him like, oh, I'm gonna do a Shawn Michaels thing. Like, come on, dude. But if other people liked it, whatever. I'm giving my opinion. I think I remember now. Did they give a third? Was this the match with the third belt shot? Or am I misremembering things here?
I don't remember. It's possible.
You know what? I might be just confused because Red Dragon came out, and I thought, all right, Adam Cole's gonna win the belt here. Because of all the interference. Adam Cole did a Canadian Destroyer. And I thought, I'm talking about how lame Adam Cole was. Like, after all the interference and the Canadian Destroyer to the outside, and I remember he kicked him in the groin before trying to pin him, and he didn't get the 3 count. Like, I couldn't help but think how ridiculous that was. And of course, I think after that, or maybe right before that, the Dark Order came out to make the save.
I didn't think it was ridiculous. I thought it was just them showing how resilient Adam Page is.
I mean,
also,
I'll say
nobody actually interfered. Like, they came out and there was a little distraction, but there was no actual interference.
I'd say this: if instead of AEW Revolution, this was 2020. If this was TNA Revolution 2005 and you replace Adam Page with Jeff Jarrett, a lot of people would be upset. And they'd say, well,
it's not a good wrestler.
Well, Jeff Jarrett's a great wrestler. I'm going to say that. But I'd say, like, it doesn't matter who is in the role. If you put someone like it could be like we can agree, like, Jade Cargill's not a great wrestler. It doesn't matter if it's Jarrett, Adam Page, Jade Cargill. If you put that person in the role there, and the only thing missing was the guitar shot, and we're sort of we almost have a TNA main event. I feel like if it was Jeff Jarrett instead of Adam Page there, a lot of people would be upset.
I don't know. There was distraction and a kick to the dick. Like, it's not really that much for a world champion to try to overcome.
I think it's a lot. But I mean, a crazy pile driver from the apron to outside the ring. I mean, I don't know how much we want to argue over this, because I don't think I have much.
This
more,
is just a thing
we
both disagree on. That's just it. I didn't think it was as ridiculous as fucking, like, Roman Reigns and Goldberg. I think it was Goldberg, or no, it may have been Bray. I don't know. One of the fucking Roman Reigns matches where, like, one person took, like, fucking 5 or 6 spears. Might have been Brock Lesnar. And Roman still didn't win. He ended up losing.
Well, that's WWE. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, they're gonna be dead in like 5 years. Come on.
Well, one can hope. So yeah, Page wins, and yeah, that's the end of Revolution. And I personally thought it was a fantastic show, one of my favorite AEW pay-per-views, personally, and that was a sentiment shared with TJ and Chili and Abdul and Brandon for what he saw before he had to go to sleep, because that was a tired boy. He had to get up for work and all that such.
Man.
Yeah. So But
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier for me. Like the show started at 3 in the afternoon. You got,
yeah.
he lives on the East Coast. It's that I've always wondered like how much it sucks to like how much it would suck. Like, so don't these shows start at 7 p.m. for them?
Yeah. And then there's
Like,
fucking Chile and Abdul. Like, fucking Chile's in England, Abdul's in Egypt.
well, they're not American. No one cares. I mean,
Well, that is true.
it's that. I mean, they're just sad news brown over there.
Yeah, very sad news. So yeah.
For me, for me, it's been the same as AEW. I think AEW's better than what they were a year ago, but for me, it's still a mixed bag. There's things that I think are fantastic and things that I think are terrible. I think for $50, CM Punk versus MJF was very well worth it. There were other good matches. Not my favorite show, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, coming from you, that's pretty good. Based on how...
Come on, it's not like it's Wrestling Society X or XPW.
Well, yeah. So that I don't know what.
So you watched Dynamite?
I did not watch it.
I missed the show.
Yeah, I unfortunately missed it as well. But I heard about some of the things happening. I know that Jeff Hardy debuted to show up to make the save for Matt. There was a thing with continuing the whole Adam Cole, Adam Page, Young Bucks, Dark Order, all that shit. There's going to be a 3-on-3 tag match next week between Adam Cole and two partners of his choosing versus Adam Page and two partners of his choosing. And there was like setting it up the entire night for Adam Cole to say that he was choosing the Young Bucks, but then he ended up picking Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. So like that's setting up some dissension between them. And Adam Page, instead of picking anyone from the Dark Order, ended up picking Jurassic Express. So that's further pushing that. So that's gonna be a match next week. I don't know what else happened on Dynamite. I could try to look it up here. See what else went down.
Jericho must have turned more heel.
Oh yeah, he had the full on heel turn. He aligned himself with Daniel Garcia and all them.
What? I thought LAX was just breaking away from the inner circle. So is the inner circle no more?
I don't. So Sammy wasn't involved. I guess like Sammy was getting ready for his match. He had a TNT title defense, which he lost. By the way, we have a new TNT TNT champion, Scorpio Sky. So I don't know if he's gonna be losing to Wardlow now, or if maybe like MJF is gonna cost Wardlow the match. I don't know. But so Sammy wasn't there for this segment. So we're gonna like see later on, I guess, what his stake is in it.
I'll say this before we move away from it too far. I always liked Scorpio Sky as a wrestler. I've been watching him since 2007. He was in Wrestling Society X, one of the worst promotions ever, and he was one of the highlights. I've always liked Scorpio Sky. He's very good, but I really felt like he really lost stock once he joined the. Well, he could have been good with Ethan Page. I don't like Ethan Page, but he could have made it work. But I really felt like he's lost stock. He's lost stock with me since he's been with Don Lambert, and Don Lambert's been so lame in AEW, and he's kind of like he's not someone like you should even take seriously as far as I'm concerned. And it's really unfortunate that Scorpio Sky is involved in all that.
I enjoy that group. They beat down Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz during this full-on heel turn. And so apparently... Okay, Jericho claimed that the Inner Circle is dead, I guess. Although Jake Hager was on his side in this. So Jake Hager is, I guess, aligning himself as well with Jericho and and the others.
Daniel.
2.0.
So wait, it's Daniel Garcia and 2.0.
Yeah. Daniel Garcia 2.0, Jericho, and Hager.
Wait, why would Jericho align himself with that? We gotta talk about this now. So why would Jericho, like the first AEW World Champion, multiple time World Champion, the first undisputed champion in WWE? You know, he beat The Rock and Steve Austin one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that was what it was. Main event at WrestleMania, and to bring into his group, he brings in Daniel Garcia in 2.0. And no matter what you think about him, but they're guys that lose all the time, aren't they?
Well, I don't think they lose that often. I think they're pretty even. But my thought is that, like, obviously Santana and Ortiz were teasing leaving, and I think it's just like an issue with Jericho's ego. Like, he needs to be the leader of something. So, because instead of them leaving him, he decides to leave them before they get the chance and go find new guys.
Who was else in the inner circle? It was after LAX left. It was Sammy.
There was Sammy,
Jake,
yeah.
That
might have been it.
There had to have been someone else. Like who we not thinking of?
Is there someone?
Oh yeah, MJF left it. That's right.
That a long time ago. Yeah.
That's what I was forgetting. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it was like bare bones compared to what it used to be.
Yeah. See, so yeah, they had. So that happened.
Wait, so are we ever really quick? Do you think we're ever getting Jericho versus Sammy? I feel like that would be a natural feud for the end of the Inner Circle.
I can see that happening. They're obviously continuing Jericho and Kingston at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think at some point we get Sammy and Jericho.
Yeah, because Sammy, he came in. Well, it didn't happen right away, but he came in as like Jericho's underdog or understudy. Understudy is the word. He came in as Jericho. Well, he didn't come in, but he became Jericho's understudy. He did like a really good job doing that, but he's also done a good job at becoming his own guy.
Yeah.
Even without Jericho, and that seemed like it'd be where the breakup of the feud. I mean, it seemed natural. The breakup of the Inner Circle would lead to Jericho versus Sammy. But obviously, we do want Eddie Kingston versus Jericho to continue. But I'm kind of like I'm worried like we don't ever get Sammy versus Jericho.
I think it'll happen. I think we're gonna get there. But
and I did cut you off.
Those were like the main things that happened. Yeah, those were the main story points for this episode of Dynamite. It seems there was the Jericho situation, Mox and Danielson with Regal, Matt Hardy getting turned on, and then not how I should have said that. And Jeff Hardy coming out to make the save. Wardlow had a promo. Basically hyping up a singles run, essentially saying like he's done with MJF. He's becoming his own man. All that, and yeah, Sammy Guevara lost the title to Scorpio Sky in the main event. That was the main event of the night. Yes.
All right, we talked about wrestling. I think it's time to tell the people what's been going on with Gopher and Tuk.
Yes, now that we are an hour in to the old podcast, I think before that, actually, we have a little segment we do every week. Probably let's start off with that.
I'm pulling up the emails.
Pull up the emails. Rip that paper.
All right, this is from Jed in Arkansas. Dear Gopher, I'm not a fan of you at all. Don't like you.
Noted.
I mean,
okay.
It seems like people just joke about you being from Texas. You don't come as a real Texas man. Whenever
correct,
I hear you. Yeah, Jed, you're correct, and I think you'd rather not be there. But Jed's asking, all right, Mister Heathen Man, if man developed from monkeys, why do we still have monkeys?
Because science.
Exactly. I mean, Jed. We did not come. We did not come straight. We didn't come straight from monkeys. That's ridiculous.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, some Jed. You know,
Jed.
you would. I would think you at least believe in like something like a missing link. You know, like the pro wrestler, but
Hmm.
you know. You know, we didn't come straight from monkeys. In fact, evolution
Coming straight from
doesn't
monkeys
work that
is
way, you know?
bestiality.
It that only happens in like manga.
Yeah. So that's your answer for that, Jed from Arkansas, if that is your real city and state and such.
Jed,
What's next?
That's your answer. And I want to move on to this is from Muffin. Gopher, I've been a fan for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm saying Gopher. He says white man.
Yeah,
white man.
That sounds about right.
White man. I'm wondering, if you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, are you weak or strong in the way you do it?
Does it hurt if I punch myself in the face?
Well, if you punch yourself in the face and it hurts you, are you really strong because you punched someone and it hurt them, or are you weak because you got punched in the face and it hurt you?
Oh.
It's the gist of the question.
Got a fucking philosophical question over here from Muffin. Okay. You know, I think it's a little bit of both. I think you are offensively strong, but defensively weak.
That could be.
I think that's
I really like that answer.
Muffin Man, you could test it out. You could punch yourself in the face right now and see how it feels. You know, see if you think you're offensively maybe it won't hurt you. Maybe you're offensively weak but defensively strong.
Muffin, you gotta do it. You gotta do this for science.
Yes, for science. Think of the Elon Musks.
Exactly.
Yes. One more fan mail.
This is from Kerry in South Africa. Gopher, I'm a recent fan. I'm really enjoying your stuff. I really enjoy the God of War Let's Play happening right now, and I've heard you're infamous for taking really long poops. So my question is, what do you think about while you are on the toilet?
It varies. You know, sometimes I think about one thing, sometimes I think about... There are a lot of things I think about while taking poops. I do tend to play Pokemon Go a little bit while I'm on the poopy deal. You know, pull out my phone, get on the Pokemon Go. I catch a Pokemon or two. You know, do whatever needs to be done there. Fight a Team Rocket member.
Wait. So the way I understand Pokemon Go is you need to go out and find these Pokemon. I do understand there could be Pokemon near you. I mean, does that always happen every time you open the app there?
Yeah, there's always going to be a Pokemon or two when you first open it.
Huh.
Yeah. They're just there. Some, you know. The Pokemon always just show up at your house. They're not always 100% like of the time there, but like typically if you open it for the first time of the day, you're going to have like 2 or 3 Pokemon there already, and then more will show up like every, I don't know, like couple minutes or something. So I catch a Pokemon. I get my daily catching of a Pokemon happening because like you get extra shit if you catch at least 1 Pokemon a day.
Wait, you get extra shit, so like you gotta poop more if you catch a Pokemon?
Yes. So that's why it takes me so long. I'm out here catching Pokemon, then I gotta shit more, and then I catch another Pokemon, then I shit more. It's fucking never-ending cycle.
It's never
aside from that, I think about what I'm gonna do the rest of the day or the rest of the week. If I got any videos I need to edit, or if there's fucking recordings or streams coming up, and you know, I just think about what I've got going on. And a lot of my time in the bathroom involves wiping. I need to be very thorough down there. So there's a lot of time spent on wiping.
That's a nice story.
Yes. So that has been fan mail. We got another one from Muffin. A lot of Muffin ones. I mean, maybe it's not the same Muffin though. We don't know.
Well, maybe there's multiple people controlling the Muffin account.
That could be the case. That could be the case. So as for what we are doing on Gopher and Tuck, we finished God of War. It's still being uploaded. It's not done being uploaded yet, but we did finish recording it. The game has been finished. Shenmue 3 was supposed to be finished by now, but as it turns out, after a 4.5-hour recording session this week, it is not done yet. Oh, a 4.5-hour recording session that was mostly me having to train and, you guessed it, chop wood.
That's beautiful.
And guess what, Moose? I finally did it. I finally fucking did it. I gambled.
You did?
Yeah. So
that's beautiful.
It finally brought the game. I'm a fucking gambling addict now because of this fucking game. So that game is still going. I don't know when the fuck that's gonna end, but it's still going. But God of War is finished and will soon be finished getting uploaded to the YouTubes. And then obviously new Kirby games come out this month. We'll be getting to that immediately. I think the game comes out on Friday the 25th of March. And we should be recording on Saturday the 26th of March. So we're probably going to record Kirby on the 26th and then start uploading it as early as Sunday the 27th. So we'll have that. The Spider-Man DLC is going to be happening soon. Oh, that such and stuff. And on Twitch, of course, I'm continuing Elden Ring. I finally started the co-op playthrough of Dark Souls 2 with Jeff. He finally fucking showed up so we could do that. We may be doing another drinking stream this Sunday, so tomorrow, from the day that this podcast goes up, we may be doing another drinking stream. Possibly Smash this time.
Can your kidneys handle it?
Drinking my fucking gasoline. That shit. And if it ends up being Smash, it'll probably be every time I lose a game, I have to take a shot.
Just imagine that you get more and more drunk and you'll lose more and more games.
So that, I mean, if you are there, you could actually try to force me to drink by beating me in Smash.
Exactly.
Anybody watching this, if you got Smash and a Switch, you can come try to force me to drink. I will say right now, however, if everybody is ganging up on me to try to force me to drink, I will not. Okay, you can't just all team up on me. I am one person.
Guys,
if I lose fair,
do it for like 2 games, but let's be a little bit fair, okay?
Yes, let's be a little fair here. Okay, if I lose legitimately without being ganged up on by everyone, then yes, I will take those shots. How many shots? Who the fuck knows?
You
depends on who's gonna be there. Yeah, I mean, what if it could potentially be just me by myself? How am I gonna take shots if I'm not even facing anyone? I can't lose. There's no one to face in such a scenario. So we'll see what ends up happening. But that should be tomorrow from the day of this podcast going up, this Sunday. And that's Gopher and Tuk Updates.
That's what you're doing on Gopher and Tuck. So since we're talking about Gopher and Tuck, we might as well talk about video games, huh?
Yeah. It's gonna be a girthy podcast this week.
It's a big boy. Big
old boy.
So, 2 games that came out recently. 2 racing games, actually. There's Gran Turismo, what is it now, 7?
5? 6?
It might be 6.
Wait, Gran Turismo. I might be thinking of the Xbox one. Because that's Gran Turismo's PlayStation, or is that Xbox? No, that's
Xbox. That's is Forza.
Yeah, if I was thinking of Forza. So yeah, 7 is the new Gran Turismo. Forza, I think, is on 5.
So there's Forza. Nah, you got me all mixed up. There's Gran Turismo 7, and there's just a Final Fantasy Chocobo kart racing game. I can't. I think it's Chocobo GP.
Yeah,
And,
Ride Chicken.
Yeah, Ride Chicken.
Yeah.
Both these
Pecan and all that
games,
such.
yeah, both these games have microtransactions in them,
Yep, that
and
is the current world of video games, unfortunately.
but I think it could be a lot, you know. So in these games, in both games, you have to win races to get in-game money. To in Gran Turismo 7, you're gonna buy cars and upgrade your engines and stuff. In Chocobo GP, you're gonna unlock skins, stickers, characters. But both these games, you could win races and get that money. But both these games have what we call time savers, time saving microtransactions to where, I mean, not to where, but like, so both these games have features where you can go to online shops and get and buy with real money, in-game
Yeah,
currency, to unlock stuff. And I was
to
I was
save
talking about,
time.
yeah, they're time savers. You could either play the game and earn the money. You could do that. These games are so new, we don't really like. I'll say, I'll be fair here. These games are so new, we don't know if this is really incentivized or if you could just naturally play the game and earn this in-game currency just by not, playing the game, or
Yeah,
if I mean, obviously you could do that, but we don't know if it's grindy. I
yeah,
mean, these games could be fun as heck, but if you're only getting a little bit of money, that's really incentivizing someone, if that is how it works, to get the currency just to skip all that. The
yeah,
you know, I was talking to my friend, and he really didn't want to think this was a predatory thing. He was just say, he said, "Oh, well, I think at first he said, it's too bad they do stuff like this because it really makes it it really is bad optically. I think that's how you say it. You know, to me, and I think you would agree, the game should be so fun that there's no reason you would want to save time on this. You wanna
yeah. That
you
seems
would want to just
counterproductive.
play it.
Counterproductive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you imagine like you would hope that their game is so fun that you would just want to play the game and earn the money.
yeah.
What does this
When
say
it's like a
about? Yeah.
when
What?
there's like a selling point for a game that you could just pay money to get stuff that you would get by playing it. Like when that's a selling point, that's not good. That's not a good thing. You should be telling people to play the game to get the items. If why why do people want to play shit just to not play it? Like to get in the game, get the shit by paying for it instead of playing it. The game should be fun enough to want to play it to get the stuff because you're playing the game.
Exactly. And what's see, I'm fine with Fortnite doing this. I mean, I still think it's bad, but at least with Fortnite, it's a free game, so you don't have to spend anything to play this game. And
Yeah.
you're not saving time by buying things in Fortnite. You're just buying cosmetic items. I still don't like it because it's but you could. I think that's at least defensible, whatever the term is.
Yeah.
But Gran Turismo 7 is $70, and Chocobo GP is $50. You're already spending money on these games. Like, why do
Yeah,
we have to
that's
continue?
another issue in and of itself is where this used to be just a thing for free to play games where it's like you could buy this shit and then that helps support the developers because they're not getting paid from like the game itself since it's free. But now there's so many games that you're already paying full price for, and then you're also like supposed to be supporting the developers even further than that by buying all this shit.
Yeah, what the heck? They're adding the mobile economy of games when I say mobile economy, I mean mobile games, because we don't pay for mobile games. They're adding the mobile economy into normal games that
it's a full
Gran
price
Turismo,
like AAA fucking console games, and PC.
Yeah, that we're expected to fork out money for.
Yeah. And they're getting more expensive. It was $60 before. Now with like next gen, a lot of the games are coming out at $70, and
Gran Turismo
still
7,
asking for more.
$70. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really terrible. I think this is a terrible direction the video game industry is going, and it really, like when I don't like stuff in video games, it's stuff like this. It's really predatory to me. It's awful, and I mean, I've heard good things in reviews about Chocobo GP. Gran Turismo 7 is a fantastic series. I'm sure that game's heck is fun to play. I really like. I haven't owned a PlayStation in a long time, but I really enjoy Forza Motorsport, and I'd imagine Gran Turismo is just as good, if not better. I'm not sure, but I'd really if I get either the new Forza Forza Motorsport, if I get the new one or the next one, and it had that economy, I'd be very upset with that. It's really too bad,
It is. And this is something that we're just going to be seeing more and more of.
Yeah, because I mean, billions of dollars are made in the gaming industry, and half of that is from microtransactions like that.
Yeah, it's like it's obviously it's not a great thing they're doing, but at the same time, like, you can't even blame them for it because they're doing what they're doing to make money.
Hey,
money.
It's capitalism. It's capitalism.
Yeah. Like,
they're good capitalists.
It's shitty. It's shitty, but like that's their goal is to make money, and they're doing what they can do to make a shit ton of money, and it's working. So they're gonna keep doing it. Oh god, do we finally have nothing to talk about for Russia this week? Are we finally free of that for a week?
No, I was gonna save that for part 3 of the podcast. So let's stay on video games. So I didn't know the State of Play was watching. I probably wouldn't have watched it anyway. You knew what happened and you read that. What do you think of the news from the State of Play yesterday? Well, for us yesterday, for the people Wednesday.
Yes. I don't think there was anything that I personally really cared about. Like there was some stuff that seemed cool, but it wasn't like anything specifically that I am interested in. I know that there's a new what the fuck's this series? Square Enix series, I think. Valkyrie, the new Valkyrie game, which I never played any of the Valkyrie games, but much like a lot of Square Enix games, they're taking that like a different approach with the combat, where it's like all this sort of standard kind of like hack and slash combat that you get with a lot of these kind of games. But then they're also doing they're doing something called Diofield Chronicles, something like that, which is a strategy game. One thing that I am actually somewhat interested in is a game called Returnal for the PS5. I'm not fully interested because this has to do with co-op, and I would have nobody who would actually play this with me has a fucking PS5. But there's a co-op update, a free update coming to Returnal that adds co-op, which I would be very interested in if I actually had anybody to play it with. I don't actually have the game itself yet, but it's a game that I've wanted to get, and this just makes me want to get it more. But again, I don't have anybody I would actually be able to play it with.
I have a question. So, so in the State of Play, I don't know if it was at the State of Play if it happened. Gotham Knights now has a release date, and it's going to come out in October. Is that a sequel to the Arkham Knight games? Are you excited for that at all?
Kind of vague. I don't know if it's. I think it's like related, but not a direct sequel. But I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on it. I'm not super interested in it. It's something that like I might play eventually down the road if I can get it for cheap. Could be good. I'm just not in like really specific interest from me. One thing that did get brought up during the state of play, but it's something that was already revealed. They just like had a new trailer for it. Is Forspoken, which is one that I'm interested in getting, and I kind of want to get it and play it on Gopher Tuk, like once it comes out. Although it was apparently delayed. It was supposed to come out May 25th. Now it is October 11th. So maybe in October, but I can't play that on release for Gopher Tuk because it's gonna be in October. I'm gonna be doing Halloween stuff, so maybe in December I'll be playing that on the channel. Other than that, there was some Gundam Evolution Western, or Gundam Evolution's a game. There's a Western release for it. It was already
I love
announced
Gundam.
for Japan. I never played it, but that's getting a release in America. There's gonna be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection. It has like Turtles in Time and apparently 13 games.
Yeah, 13 classic, of the classic games.
Yeah, including Turtles in Time, which is the only one I've played. There's some like big brawler game with like kaijus.
Yeah, that's right.
Kaiju Brawler Gigabash. So that seems interesting. I'm not really a fan of that kind of game, but for people who are, seems good.
I like kaiju.
Speaking of games,
I don't know if the game would.
Yeah, I like kaijus. I'm not really big on like that style of game though. There's a fighting game for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure coming out, which I'm not really big on fighting games.
I like fighting games in JoJo's, but I don't got a PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is only on PlayStation because some of the stuff that was mentioned or announced wasn't exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, I know. Some of the stuff is multi-platform.
There was a new trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo. There's a game called Exo Primal by Capcom, which apparently everybody was expecting it to be Dino Crisis. Or no,
yeah, because it got dinosaurs.
Oh yeah. But apparently it's not, and people are upset because it's like a multiplayer thing instead of being Dino Crisis. I never played Dino Crisis. I don't actually know what it is, but
I played it in an arcade. I played it in an arcade. I think.
There was apparently there's a new demo for Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which already had a demo, so they're doing another one, I guess. That one I'm kind of interested in because it's Soulsborne style, and that's my jam. Other than that, I think that's it. I think that's all that was announced. There was also a game called Samurai or Trek to Yomi, which is a samurai adventure game, and it's black and white. All black and white.
It's done by Devolver Digital, and I really like them.
Yeah. They've done some interesting stuff.
They're publishing it, and
they published Fall Guys.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. Shoot.
Yeah. I think Fall Guys is the one that I'm Devolver Digital. I believe they published.
He is in the belief.
Games published. When the fuck did Fall Guys come out? Yeah, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. They published that one.
Man, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
So, let's regurgitate some news. We don't.
Okay.
we don't break the news. We fix it.
Okay, let's fix some news here.
So, Nvidia got hacked, and apparently, people found code for the next. So Nvidia makes microchips, and the code that was found in the leak that when they got hacked seems to be for the new Nintendo Switch. Any thoughts on that?
So like there's a new Switch coming out? Is that what's being hinted?
Well, no, not right away. It's just the leak was for something that would probably be inside the next Nintendo Switch. So it certainly seems to be under development, which I think you and I would have guessed anyway. I mean, the Switch is 5 years old at this point. There's gonna have to be a point where they upgrade it. And I talked to this with my friend. Steam has the Steam Deck coming out for $400. I mean, Nintendo thinks they have no competition because Microsoft and Sony it seems like Nintendo is a totally different thing from Microsoft and
Yeah.
Sony, and Nintendo even works with Microsoft. But I think Nintendo would have to worry about the Steam Deck. I mean, the Switch isn't inexpensive. I mean, the Steam Deck's only $400. I the Switch, a new Switch, I would think would be pretty close to costing the same, and the Steam Deck would be far more advanced than the Switch. Certainly, I think they do have to worry about this, and I
Yeah.
think it's been several years. The Switch, it's selling a lot, but you could only go so far on where it is technologically. Like developers, they we're getting less. Like we're getting plenty of third party titles, but they're indie titles. You know, I I don't think Nintendo needs to make a console as advanced as the next Xbox or the PlayStation, but they do. Like I imagine Nintendo would love to just keep selling Switches, but they're gonna have to make a upgrade technologically, and it's not gonna be this year because I don't think. I mean, the OLED came out recently, not that recent, but it came out. Well, maybe even that
Yeah.
recently. I don't remember.
It was a few months ago.
Yeah, see, a few months ago. So yeah, there's no way we're gonna get like a new. I don't think we're gonna get a new Switch this Christmas season, but I think maybe next year or I think the year after that. I think 2024. I think that's really stretching the lifetime of the Switch. I think they're gonna have to get a new console.
So would it be like an up? Would you? Do you think they're gonna come out with a new Switch, or would it be like a new like the next gen for Nintendo? Like would it be an upgraded Switch or?
I don't think as successful as the Switch is. I think it's their best selling console ever now. It's outdone the Wii. I think they're gonna have to do like a Switch 2 or something.
Okay. So it would be like the next like it wouldn't just be an upgraded version of the Switch, but it would be like the next console, but it would be continuing Switches like the stuff that the Switch did, rather than what Nintendo does a lot, where they just completely like do something drastically different.
And we do have to think about that. If it was me, I would say, if I was king of Nintendo, I would be, CEO or whatever. I'd say, this thing's so hot. It is different, and I would like to continue this thing. Nintendo is really weird in that they all, there always has to be some kind of gimmick. And that's what we've seen. God, I can't predict everything. I would think that I would think if they gotta do something, maybe to shake things up. I don't know what it is, but I don't think you want to be too different like the way the Wii U was. I mean, certainly the Wii was successful, but that the motion control gimmick really. I mean, as much people as bought that, I think it stopped being something so important at the end of its lifespan to where the Wii was just something that was that for a lot of people. I still enjoyed the Wii, but the Wii was just like a console that sat on grandma and grandpa's shelf under the TV collecting dust by the end of its lifespan. I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me what you would do and what you think they're gonna do.
I'm not a fucking video game creating guy. I don't know what I have no clue what I'd do. I mean, Nintendo, like you said, they're not really directly competition with Microsoft and Sony, and that's because like they don't focus so much on the technical aspect of things. They go for innovative shit. Like Sony and Xbox, they mostly just release the same console every time. It's just like better hardware. They can run fucking faster games, better quality games, but like there's not really much different in terms of like actual features. That's where Nintendo, Like that's they know they're not going to compete with Sony and PlayStation that way by like just trying to have the stronger console. They got to do some innovative shit to try to pull people in and have their first party games.
Sometimes it works great, like the Switch and the Wii, and sometimes it doesn't, like
the Wii U.
Yeah, like the Wii U.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's gonna have some type of gimmick. I'm just hoping that they don't push too far away from what the Switch was. Hopefully, whatever gimmick they have going forward, it still keeps a lot of what makes the Switch so good. But then they just push on. They further go with that. Like they improve on what the Switch did right.
Nintendo, use a real D-pad. Come on. I guess it. I guess it would be hard for the Joy-Cons to have a D-pad, but I really don't. Okay. Anything else on this leak in the next Nintendo console?
I'm just now hearing about it, so I don't know. But
all right, so
hopefully it takes its time to get here, because it costs money to buy consoles.
True. You just got your PlayStation 5. I bet you spent $2,000 on that.
Fortunately not, but I'm gonna have to spend $2,000 on a fucking computer whenever I can afford one.
So, continuing on the Nintendo thing, Nintendo is delaying the Advance Wars, the new Advance Wars game. I guess it's a remake of 2 of the games in one package. I don't remember, but Nintendo is saying with what's happening in Ukraine, they don't want to release Advance Wars right now. It's supposed to come out in April. They're gonna delay the game. And that's made a lot. It's made a lot of people upset. Some people that don't like it say, Advance Wars has been coming out for 20 years now. I mean, the first game came out like, if I remember correctly, kind of like not long after 9/11 happened. So, it's not that these people are wrong, but other people are saying we ought to be sensitive and, we could hold off on Advance Wars. What do you think about that?
It seems kind of weird. Like, there are war-based games coming out all the time, and there's war in real life happening all the time, so I don't really get it, but at the same time, if they want to be sensitive in regards to what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, then, I think that's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. There's fucking games coming out all the goddamn time. People can wait.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. People can wait, but I think what's going on here is not. I think the other. I do believe that there's a war all the time. There's always people dying. I mean, we couldn't be sensitive to the Muslim populations, but what I think is going on is this game was already delayed. I think they're just saving. Nintendo might be saving some face here, saying, we gotta delay this game because there's a war going on. I think there might be some development issues, and the game might be canceled soon. I think this is a little bit of a way that Nintendo to look like a good guy and try and make sure some people aren't upset over a delayed game, which I never really understood that.
People complain about games being rushed, but then they also complain about them being delayed.
And I don't know if it's the same people. There's a lot of video game fanatics out there.
There are a lot. Like there are different people do it, but there's also a lot of people who complain about both things.
But really, so and there's a great variety of people, and there's another story I have right here. So, I thought the console wars were over. What about you?
I kinda.
Well, it used to be a really big thing on the internets 10 years ago. Yeah. Xbox is the best. You suck. No, it's the PlayStations. It's number one. No,
Well, there's still a whole
Nintendo.
bunch of that.
I don't think it's as prevalent as it used to be. Honestly,
I don't know.
I mean,
Anytime I see a fucking,
yeah, go ahead.
anytime I see a fucking a tweet from PlayStation or from Xbox or a post on Facebook or something, the replies are just always fucking fans of the other brand just coming in and being like, "Oh, fucking this shit sucks." Other brand, yeah. It's just go home.
But there's a great variety of people who fight this console wars still. Apparently, a doctor who was a doctor while he was giving something anesthesia or whatever the heck it's called. I'm an idiot, guys. Forgive me. But a doctor in the middle of a surgical procedure had an argument with people online over this console wars BS. He's a fanboy. I can't remember for what. And to prove that he's a big smarty pants, while he was doing the procedure, pulled out his cell phone and videoed himself and see, hey, look, I am a doctor. You know, if you're operating on me, you know, why don't you just drop it and do the operation, please?
Yeah. Was he fired?
I think he's gonna be fired.
Okay, I sure fucking hope so. You should not have somebody like that fucking doing surgery.
I mean, how ridiculous is that? Guys, why are we fanboying over consoles like this?
Like, why in general, but especially why during fucking surgery, while you're giving the surgery? Just do your job.
Gopher, don't you know this is the most important battle in the universe? Sony versus PlayStation.
Hey, dude, I know you got some health issues. I know I'm kind of rooting around your body right now, but like this dude says Phil Spencer's pretty cool, and I can't have that right now.
This is just so ridiculous, isn't it? Like the whole battle's stupid. Like, why are we fanboying over consoles in 2022? I mean, what the hell? Like, you said it. The only difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation anymore is just the exclusive games. Like, I guess soon enough, maybe we'll find out if Xbox will be the only one getting Call of Duty. But come on.
Yeah, just play video games. Enjoy playing video games. If you don't got a PlayStation, that's fine. If you don't got an Xbox, it's fine. Enjoy playing the games on whatever console you have, and let other people enjoy playing whatever ones they play. Ain't that fucking difficult?
It's ridiculous. But if you talk shit about Nintendo, you could go screw yourself. No, they're just as bad. They're just as bad. I mean. Leave YouTubers alone, Nintendo. Stop being assholes. See, all right. I think this is will be our final video gaming story. Our last regurgitated news item, unless you have something else. So, coming out on the Nintendo's online expansion pack. There's a new game, F-Zero X. I really enjoyed this game as a kid. Not enough to pay the extra $50 for the expansion pack. I mean,
it's $30 more.
It's $30 more. Okay, yeah.
It's $50 total.
You know, I could have my Nintendo 64 hooked up in maybe 10 minutes. I have to find all the wires and stuff. But and I'd probably be able to find F-Zero X in a minute. So I really don't need this, but it is a fantastic game. The one amazing thing is that with these old 64 games there's an online element, so you could play 4-player online F-Zero X with your friends now.
Yeah, that's like the main thing for me with the Switch Online stuff. Being able to play these games online, because I have no fucking friends here. Who the fuck's gonna be here playing games with me? I need online.
So do you have the online expansion pack?
Yes.
Have you been playing any of the games?
A little bit. Not a lot. Been a little bit. Shining Force. I've played through again recently. It's one of the Sega Genesis games. I would love to play some of the stuff online, but I mean, not fucking nobody to play with. Even online, I don't got any fucking. But the possibilities there. You see, I just need to find somebody to fucking play this shit with.
I don't know if I get the expansion pack and we'll play F-Zero X, you'll probably rage quit on me like you did Mario Kart 8.
Okay, that was bullshit.
Okay. That is true. F-Zero X isn't bullshit to where you're gonna get a blue shell thrown at you. Have you ever played F-Zero X?
I haven't played any F-Zero games in general.
Like I said, I really enjoyed F-Zero X. I played it a bunch as a kid. I loved the Death Race. Fantastic game. I played Mario Kart with my sisters and my friends, but like if it was just me, I'd play F-Zero X. I really enjoy that game. Really fantastic. And that I don't know. I don't know if I would get the online expansion pack just to play F-Zero X online. Because I got so many other games. I still gotta beat Mass Effect 2. Like, what am I doing paying more money to play that when I haven't beaten Nuclear on Mass Effect 2 yet? I really gotta take care of my backlog before my backlog before I buy a bunch of more games.
There are games that I want them to add that are not yet there that I would love to play online, like fucking Conker's Bad Fur Day, the multiplayer mode in that. I'd love to play that online, but they haven't added it yet, and also I don't fucking have any friends with this shit.
Would they be able to? I thought Rare owned the Conker IP.
Well, they were able to put Banjo on there.
Yeah, they should get. Well, so is there a? I don't know. Now that I think about it, is there a way to? Because with the NES and the SNES games, you could just load them on and play them. If you just put Conker's Bad Fur Day, I don't want a censored version of that game. I mean, your mom got it for you. That was cool. But like, do regular parents just like, oh yeah, I want to? Oh, cool, it's got Conker's Bad Fur Day, and their son loads it up and like plays that game. I mean, I don't know if Nintendo wants that happening. It might have to be something that would be you have to buy on your own.
Well, what they have parental controls? I assume.
That'd be nice.
Currently, are there any games that are like M for mature that are already on there? Like fucking. Let's see. Guys, kind of Nintendo 64. Let's see.
Yeah. Take a look.
Got a bunch of Mario games. Paper Mario. Win Back Covert Operations? That looks like it's like a shooter. Potentially be a thing. What is Sin and Punishment?
Punishment could be. That's a Japanese only game. I think that's a shooter too.
Yeah.
Oh, not that you can't play it. It's like it was only released in Japan, but now we could play it through that.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the age rating thing would be an issue. I don't know, but I just know I would like that to be there on the thing, so I can play with people. Play fucking Conker's Bad Fur Day with people. Fucking Star Fox 64 had a multiplayer mode that I didn't really get to play much of as a kid, so I would like that as well. And there's definitely some games that I would like to see get put on there. Some for the Genesis as well.
Well, I bet you haven't played Superman 64 yet. They ought to put it on there.
I haven't. That is true. That doesn't even have multiplayer though. I believe. They got Sonic 2 on there though, and I would like to play that with somebody. That's a fun multiplayer deal.
I actually got to play Sonic 2, yeah. I've only played Sonic 1.
I've played all of the original 3 Sonic deals. This is the one that like introduced multiplayer, I believe. I don't think it was in the first game. And of course, they had Shining Force, which I loved. They have Golden Axe on there, which is that's fun co-op. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine.
Well, Gopher, I know you didn't want to talk about it, but Russia.
Fucking Russia.
So, we're probably not going to talk too much about this, or we might talk forever on it. The one item I have, or no, I got 2 items. But, alright, so first one, I guess Russia, the Russian church there is saying the war is over gay parades. Like, the gay parades were happening in Ukraine, so the Russian government had to go over there and put a stop to that. Like, the fuck are wrong with these people?
Many things the fuck are wrong with these people. What? Why? Why is that? Why? Why do they think? Do they think that's the case, or are they just fucking saying some bullshit? Like, do they actually believe it?
They think that's the case. Obviously, Russia's doing this because they want the oil. If that was the only thing they did, like, Putin wouldn't have started a war over that. But you know, the Russian church, they think that's what it is, and either they think that or they're saying that to get people on their side. I don't know. But I mean, come on, man! Like, just let people live their damn lives. You know, Pat Robertson came out of his hiding hole and went on the 700 Club, and he said, I think he's the guy that said Katrina happened because of the gay people.
A fucking natural disaster happened because of the gay people? Did they summon their fucking gay magic to bring the weather?
Well, it was an act of God. I don't know what the hell these guys are thinking. I mean, I don't believe in God, but what was it? Oh yeah, he was saying the Ukraine war was the beginning of the end times or whatever bullshit thing he said.
People are fucking stupid.
Can these people just go away?
Shoo. Go on, get, as they say.
Leave.
It's fucking stupid.
No one wants your opinion.
Gay people.
All right.
I have a hot take here. Gay people? They're pretty cool. That's my hot take for the day.
Hot take for the day. So, another story on Ukraine is the United States is trying to get along with Venezuela now.
That's where Chile's from.
The United States is putting that's true. Our friend Chile is from Venezuela. We can finally be friends with him now.
There we
go. Well, at least in a diplomatic sense. So the United States is putting sanctions on Russia. They're sanctioning the oil, as they should. I'd say anyway. I mean, some people disagree and they're terrible. They have their reasons, but I disagree with them. So the United States is putting sanctions on Russia's oil. We need we get 10% of our oil from Russia, but not anymore because we're sanctioning them. So we need it from somewhere else. We could just nationalize our oil industry and not have Shell and Exxon sell all the oil that we got on the ground here. But that would be socialism, and we can't have that.
Socialism.
So instead, we're getting it from another socialist country. We're going to be Biden sent over some people to talk to Venezuela, to talk to the people in Venezuela, and now we are now accepting their election and calling the president there the actual president. You remember before was calling the elections illegitimate and saying, "Oh, this other guy actually won the election," but now that we need some help, he's the president now, and we had some talks with him. I imagine we're gonna want to get some oil from over there since we're not getting from Russia anymore. And after our talks, they had 9 Americans as prisoners, and obviously they should be prisoners because we had people go over there to try and assassinate the president. I think they released 2 American prisoners. 2 of the guys that tried to assassinate him. One of the guys released tried to get him with a drone strike or something. But yeah, we had these talks and they said, "All right, we're gonna do this nice thing for you guys since we're talking now." I would like to become friends with Venezuela. What do you think?
Well, like I said, our pal Chili, he's very much actually in real life a Venezuelan. And, he's our friend. I'd like him to continue being our friend.
He's our friend.
Also,
and we'd like to...
From what I understand, don't quote me on this, but from what I understand, what I have been led to believe, Venezuela starts with a V. And I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
That's super cool. Man, dude, I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me that?
V is a really cool number. So when something starts with V, like you're starting off with cool. That's immediate cool.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just like, there's a reason the Four Horsemen was so popular, because 4 doesn't start with a V, but has a V in it. So there's the cool element in there, and that's how come the Four Horsemen were so popular.
Did you say 4 as a V?
I thought it did, so 1 is an I.
Oh,
2 is 2
right.
I's,
Roman numerals, right. 4 is right.
I thought that's what you were joking.
Venezuela, it's gonna be. I'm like FOUR. Is he calling a U a V? Is that what we're doing? And no, it's fucking Roman numerals, right? Okay. Go. This is what happens when we do the podcast for 2 hours. I get very out of it, apparently.
I like this. It makes you look like a genius.
Yes, you are what some would call an evil genius. Fuck.
All right. Well, some call me an evil genius, but let's talk about this.
Just really quickly before we continue, that reminded me because I watched Steins Gate recently, the anime Steins Gate Zero. There's a fucking the main character calls himself an evil genius a bunch. There's a part where he's talking to an American, so he speaks in English, and he says something like, what the fuck was the exact quote? It's like fucking, he said mad scientist. That was it. Not evil, mad scientist. It's like, I'm a mad scientist. It's so cool. Son of a bitch. And it was a very fun line, and I enjoy it very much. Yes.
I like that.
Great show.
But talk about the true evil genius on MSNBC. Hilary was asked, "Hey, are you running again?" And she said, "Nah."
Oh, thank God.
What do you think is?
I hope that's true.
I say thank God too.
I hope.
I mean, yeah. She is a liar, but I really hope, she's doing speeches, she's doing events, and that would make me think that she wants to run for president again. She's dipping her toes in the water, but I really hope she stays out of it. I mean,
well, see, the thing is,
on
one hand, right, like, obviously, I don't want her to win. I wouldn't want her to win. But on the other hand, they're gonna fuck us no matter what. Like, we're not gonna get fucking Bernie or somebody like Bernie. We're gonna get whatever the new version of Hilary is, and they're gonna fucking make it so that person gets the primary. We're just fucked.
That's true.
But at least we'll be fucked with someone who isn't Hilary. We have that going for us.
But I think that's the perfect transition to our main event tonight. I guess your pal from Florida. You were born in Florida.
I was born in Florida, Daytona Beach.
Senator Rick Scott has released an 11-point plan for his 11-point plan for America.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say he released a sex tape.
No. That's later on.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm spoiling the sex tape. My bad.
What's wrong?
Sorry. Future Justin, don't censor it. You know what? Fuck it. Let them know. Let them know.
Future Justin, when the sex tape is released, add the sex tape to the YouTube video. And get us demonetized. Check a strike against us, censored, reprimanded.
Yes, Future Justin, when the sex tape is released, go back in time to when you're editing this fucking episode and add it in. He has a time machine. That guy, I know that guy finds a time machine eventually.
Wait. Why don't we ask past Justin to do that for us?
Past Justin. If Future Justin lends his time machine to past Justin, he could do it.
True.
So what's his plan that we're talking about here?
It's an 11-point plan. How about let's have some fun. Let's go through point by point what this plan calls for. I got it right here. How about this? You type it up and look it up. I'll link. I'll link you to it.
I'll link you to it. Okay, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Here we go.
Just like school, I'll read one and you read one.
Okay, all right.
I'll start off.
You read the first one.
Rescue America. Number 1 in this plan. Education. I think we like education. Our kids will say the Pledge of Allegiance, salute the flag, learn that America is a great country, and choose the school that best fits them. Why don't you just fuck off, Scott?
The first thing on his agenda is educating the world, educating the kids of America that America is great. The Pledge of Allegiance, salute the fucking... You did that with us when we were kids and it didn't fucking help.
Yeah, I used to... and I remember in school, I did the Pledge of Allegiance. We had one kid that did it, not do it, and I did question the teacher, like, what's going on with that? And they said, well, they're allowed not to, and I did think that was weird when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, you thought that was weird. We
didn't make a big controversy.
You thought it was weird when you were a kid because fucking they were teaching you that it was weird.
Yeah.
They're making it seem like it's a normal thing to fucking have kids say the Pledge of Allegiance and salute the flag and fucking love America no matter what fucking bullshit they do.
What good does this do? I mean, we want children to be free thinkers. If you want to do the Pledge of Allegiance, fine, do it. But do you have to force people to do it? Why do you want to force people to love America? Why don't you just let it happen naturally instead of trying to be rapey about it?
Because it won't happen naturally because this place fucking sucks. And because of people like this who are trying to fucking make it like this.
Some people love America. I just have one night stands with it.
Yeah. We're not the worst country in the world. We're sure as fuck not the best one that we're constantly told we are, though.
And I think it's really I think this is I can't remember the phrase. I think this is rather counterproductive. I'd say I think people should want to improve America. I bet you can say the Pledge of Allegiance as a kid and maybe one as an adult, and you should still want to improve America. Like, why isn't Rick Scott his number one thing on education? We're gonna actually pay teachers so that they can earn a living, and we're gonna fund education. Like, no, instead we're just gonna make people say the Pledge of Allegiance. What kind of priority is this? It's number one.
Number one. List. Number 2, colorblind equality. Okay, government will never again ask American citizens to disclose their race, ethnicity, or skin color on any government form. Not where I thought that was going.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be about actually colorblind people.
We're just gonna blind people in America. I don't want to explore point 2. I don't get the point of this.
It says right there, we are going to eliminate racial politics in America. No government policy will be based on race.
It's not going to happen. And that's not going to happen either.
We're all made in the image of God. Or maybe we aren't. You ever consider the possibility of that? A lot of people in America are starting to consider the possibility of that.
God is actually made in my image?
Yeah, God is Moose. Moose isn't God. God is Moose.
Exactly.
Number 3.
Exactly. Number 3, safety and crime. That's been a big topic. The soft on crime days of coddling criminal behavior will end. We will refund and respect the police because they, not the criminals, are the good guys.
When did we stop funding the police? We should have stopped funding the police, but when did that actually happen? I don't think that actually happened.
I mean, one or two cities. There's probably 10 cities in America of the thousands that have done it.
That's they, not the criminals, not the good guys. Are they though? Are because I feel like there's kind of a lot of people.
I mean, So some people are in jail for doing weed
Yeah.
and stuff like.
People
What
should
like
not be going to jail because of
you
fucking
know?
marijuana.
I mean, this is a case on case basis. Some places should fund the police. Some places like New York that had their police budget has higher budgets than a lot of countries, like several countries, military budgets. That's ridiculous.
And the thing, like coddling criminal behavior isn't the point, right, of like jail and stuff of that nature. It isn't supposed to be to rehabilitate people. It's supposed to make them, you know, good members of society. This shit is just fucking punishing people. You just want to punish them. You don't want them to change to get better.
Yeah,
you just want to punish them.
People.
And half the time it's for shit that doesn't even deserve punishment, such as smoking weed.
I think militarization of the police is bad. I think it's been bad for the country.
Yes. I agree.
I mean, just in Kassidy alone, like, why did we buy our cops AR-15s? Like, are we gonna have a shootout with them? Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm looking at the fucking description for like, why is everything so fucking condescending? Like, this guy does not sound like, who is he again? He's a political guy in Florida.
I believe he's the senator from Florida. I think he used to be the governor.
This doesn't sound like the fucking post of like a fucking official list, official plan of an actual. This sounds like some fucking
dude. This
douchebag on Facebook.
I know it's ridiculous. We're just at the top. This gets like there's a one that's super ridiculous on there. Why don't you do number 4 for
immigration? Oh, fun. This is gonna be fun. We will secure our border, finish building the wall, and name it after. Oh my god! Fucking name it after Trump. Are you fucking shitting me?
What? That's
hold on.
That, yeah,
I gotta
really
read.
We gotta name it.
I gotta read this fucking this description you have here. Nations have borders.
Read it for us.
Nations have borders. We should give that a try.
True.
As if we have not had borders this whole fucking time. President Trump's plan to build a wall was right. We welcome those who want to join us in building the American dream. Immigrants who want to be Americans, not change America. We are a stronger nation because we are a nation of immigrants, but immigration without assimilation makes us weaker. Politicians from both parties talk big about border security and do nothing. We are done with that.
This is ridiculous. Like,
God, this guy
Obama and Biden have gotten arrested more illegal immigrants than Donald Trump has. They've been more successful in what Republicans want done with illegal immigrants than Donald Trump is. This is so stupid.
You remember when I said that Putin has baby dick energy? Yeah. This guy has what is smaller than a baby dick? What dick is smaller than a baby's dick?
Micro.
He does not. This guy does not have micro penis energy. This guy has baby micro penis energy.
He has like COVID dick.
Yes. Jesus fucking Christ! Name it after the fucking Trump.
This is so stupid. Oh, I mean, this is his plan for America. That's what's gonna be important to Americans. We gotta name the wall after Donald.
Gotta name the wall after Donald Trump. Gotta make kids fucking say the Pledge of Allegiance.
It gets worse. It gets worse. But see, all right, number 5, growth/economy. We will grow America's economy. Starve Washington's economy and stop socialism. What? Starve Washington's economy? What?
We'll grow America's economy, but then starve the fucking capital's economy? Huh?
Socialism is un-American and always leads to poverty and oppression.
Always.
We will stop it. We will shrink the federal government.
He didn't say usually. No. Yeah. Every single time socialism exists, poverty and oppression. Every fucking time. There's nothing that...
Yeah, Social Security...
There's nothing to the contrary out there. Nothing that fucking makes this statement blatantly false out there.
We will shrink the federal government.
Tiniest dick in the world.
Reduce the government workforce by 25%. Yes, tiniest dick. Sell government buildings and assets. Get rid of the old, slow, closed, top-down government run everything system we have today. I'm sorry. I know Republicans, these wild people, believe that we're like the Soviet Union right now. How the fuck could anyone seriously say we have socialism in America?
That's again the fucking issue that I have with like how Republicans attack Democrats. They are not that cool. Democrats are not that fucking cool.
Yeah.
They are. I wish they were fucking socialism.
Cool.
so wish they were. Wish they fucking did this shit. They don't. They don't fucking give us socialism.
Yeah.
They just give us the same shit you give us, but later. Sometimes not even later.
We can't get universal health care, but they're socialists. Yeah. Like, God.
Fucking shit, dude. Number 6. Got here, government reform and debt. We will eliminate all federal programs that can be done locally and enact term limits for federal bureaucrats and Congress. Many government agencies should be either moved out of Washington or shuttered entirely. Yesterday's old government is fundamentally incompatible with the digital era. The permanent ruling class in Washington is bankrupting us with inflation and debt, so they must be removed. Hold on. The permanent ruling class in... You know what's bankrupting us with fucking inflation and debt? You know why we got so much debt? Maybe because we're spending fucking how much fucking money in the military?
Oh, a bunch. But you see, they're fine with that. But like, you can't actually spend money to help people.
Like every time fucking every time like fucking universal healthcare is brought up, it's like, oh, how could we possibly afford that? And then if you respond, what about the military? Why don't we just take some of the money away from the military? They have nothing to fucking say because there's nothing to say. There's no way to defend it.
I had a debate with all these people, and they said the military spending is justified or it's legitimate. They argued I want illegitimate spending done, and the spending that actually, of course, it means the spending that actually helps people, And really quick, enact term limits for federal bureaucrats in Congress. The problem with Congress is, term limits ain't gonna fix shit. The problem isn't that they're there forever. You may not like it. It's a nice idea to get new people, but the problem is these people are bots.
Yeah.
Like, if you even when they get rid of them, they just get jobs as lobbyists. That's one of the reasons that corporations, a lot of them lobby people. It's not always corporations. Walmart's private, but
as long as corporations are buying fucking the government, like, it doesn't matter if you replace people. You just replace them with more people that are being bought.
Yeah, we need to fix the funding of elections.
Yes.
That would be my priority over this nonsense.
Speaking of elections,
number 7.
Here we go.
Number 7. Fair, fraud-free elections. We will protect the integrity of American democracy and stop left-wing efforts to rig elections. And Donald Trump shit again. Like, he has to name the wall after him. He has to say Donald Trump won the elections. I've said this before. I don't remember if I said it on the podcast. I said this on other public places. I don't know if he won his election in 2020, but any Republican who says the election was rigged and won their election in 2020, you should resign because you want an unfair, stolen election. You should resign.
It's the same fucking people who in 2016 said, "Get over it, he won," and then in fucking 2020 I was like, "Nope, this is bullshit. This was rigged. It was all rigged. This was he didn't."
Not just that.
Biden didn't win.
Some of their friends tried to storm the Capitol.
Jesus fucking Christ!
That's
like. How do people like this actually exist? How are they real? Fucking
you're like right.
Family. We will protect, defend, and promote the American family at all costs. The nuclear family is crucial to civilization. It is God's design for more fucking God shit for humanity, and it must be protected and celebrated. To say otherwise is to deny science. The fanatical left seeks to devalue and redefine the traditional family as they undermine parents that attempt to replace them with government programs. We will not allow socialism to play... What the fuck is he talking about? What is he even...
This is great because... This is great because this is telling me... So Rick Scott's for maternity leave, paternity leave. This America's the one country that doesn't have these things, but, of course, he's a Republican, so he doesn't actually mean that shit.
Jesus Christ. What's the name of this guy again? What's this guy's name?
Senator Rick Scott.
Senator Rick Scott. Senator Rick Scott. Okay, that guy, Rick Scott, you, Mr. Baby Dick, Mr. fucking Rick Scott, Baby Dick. The fuck you doing, dude? What's going on? What we out here doing?
What's
fuck we doing here, boys? Number 9.
Number 9. Gender, life, science. Men are men, women are women, and unborn babies are babies. We believe in science. What? This is so important that it's going on the 11-point plan here. We're only having people going bankrupt because of poor health coverage. They can't get health insurance. We got all the police beating up, killing, and arresting people that are innocent, black, white, whatever color. We got people starving, people that are they're underpaid, but the most important thing is to make sure men are men and women are women.
Yes. And unborn babies
are babies.
Even though they're not, which is what science actually says.
Yeah.
But fucking tell us we're not believing in science by actually believing in science.
Gopher, I have eggs in my fridge. I mean, I don't actually have eggs. They're chickens in my fridge.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just in the shell.
Yeah. Crack that shell open, it's a little chicken. Nice chicken in there. Jesus Christ, the fucking Number 10. Religious liberty and big tech. Americans will be free to welcome God into all aspects of our lives because of fucking course, and we will stop all government efforts to deny our religious freedom and freedom of speech. The Democrat Party and their big tech allies are not merely secular. They have virtually created a new religion of wokeness that is increasingly hostile towards people of faith, particularly Christians and Jews. They are determined to drive all mention of God out of public view. We will not be silenced, canceled, or told what words to use by the politically correct crowd.
The truth is, big tech targets liberals and conservatives the same, but one is really vocal about being canceled. I mean, there's no persecution of Christians as far as I could see. I mean, I don't see anyone being hanged on a cross and crucified. I know you do that sometimes, but that's just for kicks.
The big prosecution that Christians are facing is occasionally being told to shut up, to fucking being told to stop being assholes and let people live. That's the big fucking.
What are you talking about? There's a war on Christmas.
Yeah, big war on Christmas. Because some people, some people do. They say Happy Holidays.
Oh man! There's persecution of Christians. I mean, because of that we need religious liberty.
This is basically the Holocaust again, but for Christians.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. The Inquisition. We're gonna inquisitize. I don't know what the term is. We're gonna do an Inquisition.
Inquiry.
And we're gonna gather up all the Christians and put them on. I mean, this is you can't there are conservatives that aren't gigantic culture war crybabies, but it seems like more and more anymore to be a conservative, especially a Republican, maybe not the normal people, but absolutely a politician, you need to be a big ass crybaby about culture war issues like that.
Be a crybaby while calling other people snowflakes. Because every single fucking thing.
Number 11.
Keep going. Number 11.
Yep. Number 11. America first. We are Americans, not globalists. This is such bullshit. Biden, he's promised to do, the American government, he's made the mandate that the American government only buys stuff made in America. Donald Trump, what he did, he made a Buy American Day. He didn't actually do the thing, he just made one day during his 4-year term. And his MAGA hats. They were made in China. I mean, it's so stupid. Like again, like you just said, they're big hypocrites on this.
Big hypocrites. They're just stupid. Everything they do is fucking stupid. It's all fuck. Also, there's a contact us link at the bottom here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and
you contact them. Wait, contact them and send them a link to the podcast. I'm sure they want to hear this. So Rick Scott, he came up with this 11-point plan. You know, the thing is, he might run for president. I think this is his idea. Is we're gonna do this 11-point plan, and I'm gonna put it out there. And you know, this 11-point plan isn't popular with anyone. There's been some controversy. Mitch McConnell has said, "Yeah, this is nonsense." I mean, it's not just this 11-point plan. Rick Scott wants to raise taxes on all Americans. I mean, that's the one thing you're not supposed to do as a Republican. I mean, this guy's so like out there. Like who like if it was just this, he'd get the normal MAGA people, but his thing of like wanting to raise taxes on all Americans, I think he's not gonna be very popular in the primary.
Mm-hmm. Fucking hope not. We don't need this guy doing stuff ever.
Yeah,
and of course, he's one of those fucking guys with 2 first names.
He has 2 first names?
Rick Scott.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Rick Scott, just like he's like Ricky Bobby. The stupidity, it's nonsense. Like, all right, so maybe the 2024 election will be Rick Scott will be the Republican candidate, and we'll have Hilary as the Democratic candidate.
God, jeez.
I mean, if it was just them two, I think it'd be pretty easy who to pick who to vote for.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, Louise.
Mm.
Come on, Republican Party, give us someone to vote for.
God, give us at least someone better than fucking Hilary. Like, goddamn, it shouldn't be that hard to give us somebody better than Hilary.
They can't do it. They gotta pick like Don DeCon, or they gotta pick someone massively corrupt like Mitt Romney.
Don DeCon and his brand new wall named after him.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Oh God, I have a hernia. Jesus fuck.
Well, that was Rick Scott's 11-point plan for America.
Yeah, that it was. That was a plan. It said stuff. None of it made any fucking sense, but it was a plan that said stuff.
Oh, you like this? He's 69 years old.
Well, that part's nice at least. Nothing else about this was nice.
He's so freaking old. What's he do? I guess he's a little bit younger than Joe Biden, but he's like so old. We don't need another old guy running for president.
Don't need that. You are correct.
Rick Scott, get out of my life. Get out of the Congress.
Go. Just go. Just don't be here. And by here, I mean the world. Go fucking borrow one of Musk's fucking rocket ships and take that to like the 2 feet off the ground it can go. Yeah,
it saves some money. Don't go to work and don't get paid. That'll save some government spending.
There you go.
Limit your term.
Yeah. I think we should
show us the way, Rick Scott.
I think we should implement a new rule that governors can serve no more than 2 weeks if their name is Rick Scott.
Yep. I like that. Well, that's been a show. I think that's been our longest one yet.
Oh, it is by far been our longest. It's almost 2.5 hours. This is gonna be a whole long day for me tomorrow editing this.
Hell yeah, dude! You need to do some editing.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm editing 2 videos a day on YouTube already, but also do this as well. It's gonna be a long one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck around for the whole thing, like, thank you very much for listening to our nonsense. And hello, Spotify.
Hello, Spotify, and hi, Jeff. I know you probably sat through this whole thing.
Thanks for listening. I'm Joshua Hadley. He's Justin Belanger. This has been the Top of the World podcast. Thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day.
Yes. Bye, and remember, Drunken Smash stream tomorrow.